everyone. Hey, it is Brandy Ellen from brandyellen.com, your goal success life coach. I am here to help you transform your life one habit at a time. I typically work with single moms to help improve their confidence, help improve their stamina, maybe their motivation, and reduce that lonely feeling you have as a single mom. Trust me, I know how it is. It was a rough journey, but I got through it, and now I want to help some of you realize that you don't have to be taken advantage of. You don't need to have a partner to be successful, and you can have a life beyond your children, and in fact, that's probably really important. So brandyellen.com/shop, you can head over there and get in on a goal mapping session, which is where we kind of sit, we meet, we get some clarity around what is something you're struggling with, and we pick kind of this one thing, this one small habit, and I give you this roadmap on how to change it. You obviously could then hire me as your continuous life coach for a 3-month, 6-month, 12-month term, or just get that one thing. It's like $50. We'll sit, we'll get an hour together, I'll create a whole roadmap for you, and you can implement it yourself, maybe with your own accountability coach or accountability partner in your life. With that said, today I want to talk a little bit about how you decide which habit you want to change, okay? Which habit you want to change, but it all starts with knowing what is your goal of the person you want to be. This is how I do it for myself, is I try to figure out who is it that I want to be most of the time. Remember that we don't want to set our expectations too high, because that's when we get really disappointed, we get really defensive, we get really upset, is when our situation outside of us doesn't meet our expectations. It's literally that simple as to why we get upset. We have some preconceived idea of how a marriage should work, how a relationship should work, how our children should behave, how the school system should treat our kids, how our dogs should behave, right? And when they don't, none of those things align in the way that we hope or perceive them to be, or envision, I guess, them to be, we get a little upset, and some people are more sensitive to that than others. I happen to be very sensitive to that. So I had to figure out how to get along in this big wide world that is ever changing and rarely ever meeting my expectations. And that is when my Goal Success Life Coaching certification came in handy, and also my Life Purpose Life Coaching certification also came in handy, because I decided that I want to be the best I can be at every moment. And sometimes my best is just laying on that cot taking a nap with my dog. And sometimes my best is going for an hour walk in the woods. Sometimes my best is being barefoot in the snow. Okay, I can't do that every day, and it's not snow yet, so But the point is that our best is different each day, depending upon what we were eating the day before, how much sleep we got, our financial stability. There are so many external factors happening every single day that can make us be our best way up here, where we're getting everything done, we're meeting all of our expectations, or our best is down here, where we're meeting 0 expectations, and we feel kind of like a worthless piece of poop. Okay? It happens to all of us. So the vision I like to do is, who do I want to be, right? What is the type of person I want to be? How's that? I know that I want to be love and light everywhere I go. I know that I want to be kind. I want to be empathetic or compassionate everywhere I go. But I also want to have some boundaries, which I didn't really get better at until I was until I turned 40. 4 years later, I'm doing much better at saying no. I can't say that it's always easy to say no. It's easy to say the no and then I feel bad later, but it's much easier than it was 10 years ago, okay? But I had to fall on rock bottom. I had to have all these situations happen for me to realize that telling people no and saying, you know what, that's not for me, or I can no longer do that, doesn't mean I hate the person. It doesn't mean that I think they're less than. It doesn't mean I'm being selfish in a bad way. It means that I'm not depleting myself for other people anymore. I will give of myself the best version. I will show up with good intentions, and I will remain consistent and steadfast in my mission to keep my cup as full, my cup of happy, as full as possible, so that I can always give everybody my best that's a little higher up here, rather than where I was starting to go down here all the time. Now, because I want to be kind, compassionate, or empathetic everywhere I go, I try not to watch too much news, right? We have right-wing, we have left-wing news, we have dramatized news. We have social media pushing whatever it is they want to push in the algorithm today. We have clickbait headlines that aren't even about the article. Have you noticed that? The headlines that you get, it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I click it, guilty, clickbait got me. And then I read the article and realize the article has absolutely nothing to do with what that headline says. And most people don't even click to read that article. That headline is what they go with, and they're like, oh my gosh, and so much fear. And then you are back down here, my friends, back down here with your mood. So I protect my mind, and I try to limit what I expose my mind, heart, and soul to. I spend time praying. I spend time in gratitude. I spend time in affirmation land, where I'm reminding myself that I am good, that I am powerful, that by saying no and saying my best yeses count, and I need to make sure that I'm consistent. And that sometimes also, like I wrote on brandyallen.com the other day, sometimes there's alarm bells that go off, but it's mostly old stuff resurfacing, and I need to just let it go so that I can always show up in kindness, compassion, or empathy, and love and light, right? It's actually really simple when you think about it. You just make a choice to be that person. I was driving the other day, and I was actually going 5 to 10 above the speed limit, right? And this person was riding my butt, and they got mad at me, so I slowed down and said, well, I'm going to go 5 above the speed limit then. And they flipped me off. I see my rearview mirror. And I started laughing. Now, I've been in passenger seat of drivers who were like flipping out because that person behind them flipped them off, or the person passed them and flipped them off, or even the person just passed them, and it sends them into a tailwind. But I, Brandy Ellen, want to show up in love and light. And so I decided to go like this in my side view mirror. Now, I have no idea if that person saw it. I don't even care. But the point being is that I had to do something because I couldn't believe this person flipped me off. I'm going the speed limit, man. Just chill. So I went, because I want to show up as love and light. And blowing someone a kiss is love and light. Although it was meant in sarcasm, right? Oh well. It was with a kind heart. And that is how you show up in this world in love and light, right? You're going to get frustrated. You're going to have people frustrated with you. You're not always going to feel like sunshine and rainbows. You're not always going to have joy in your life. You're going to have stress. You're going to have days where your income and your expenses are like so far off that you don't even know how you're going to make ends meet. You don't know how you're going to feed those kids. You don't know how you're going to feed yourself, right? You know, you'll put your kids first. They'll somehow get fed, right? But no matter what those things are, you still get to choose to show up as yourself. So if I want to show up as love and light, what do I need to do? Well, my clarity goal mapping session would look a little, my plan would look a little something like this. 1, I plan to show up as a love, light, and compassionate and kind person everywhere I go, regardless of my external circumstances and how other people are being. 2, I will work on having a mindset that allows me to be open-minded, adaptable, and practice living life the way I did as a parent, being open-minded and compassionate and lending grace to myself and others as I did when I was raising my now adult children. 3, I will change my habits so that a habit every 30 days will be something new that helps me stay healthy, sleep better, and function properly. Now, this would look something like giving a meal plan to myself. I might go into ChatGPT and tell it my goal, and maybe it'll give me a meal plan, and I'll review it and kind of edit. Or I will Google someone else's meal plan and look that up and see if that fits with me. Most times I'll tell clients to please just add in some water. It's a great start. I know some people that don't like water, which is so weird to me because I'm a huge water drinker. So we'll go online, we'll do this calculation, your height, your weight. I think it talks about how active you are or not, and you're going to figure out a baseline of what you need to drink for water every day, right? And you're just going to add that into your life. And that's it. And you're going to find that by just adding in the right amount of water in your day, you start to naturally change other habits. For example, you'll be fuller longer because you will be full on 0 calories because it's water, empty calories, nothing. You will be more hydrated. So you will see, I don't know how to explain it, but when I am hydrated fully, it's like my eyes just have all this energy and it's this brightness in the world, and it's beautiful. So that's what I would start with if you're trying to maintain some stable mindset, some stable emotions in your life, especially as a single mom. You would have to change your diet. So let us get some water in your system. Go online, look for a water intake calculator, and calculate how much water you should have. I don't have my water thing here, but I will link it in below. I have a specific water mug that's stainless steel that I use, right? and it's 40 ounces. I try to have 2 of those a day. Technically, I should have 94 ounces, I think, of water a day, but we do 2 of those. Me. 2 of those a day because I'm getting fluids in other areas of my life, right? And it's good for me. It works. Now, if I don't do that, I'll end up with my vertigo. I will end up being tired. I'll end up being lethargic and moody. The other thing is that having 1 garden salad a day, at least 1, getting my greens in with very minimal salad dressing on it, because the salad dressings these days have crap in them mostly. Maybe a little olive oil you could use instead with some herbs. And if you can do that, add a salad in. Maybe after you get your water intake settled in 30 days to 60 days, you can then switch, you keep the water going and add it in a salad, right? So those are the things for my goal on how I want to show up would work, right? Because my goal is to just be kind, compassionate, and empathetic no matter what the external circumstances are. So I need to keep my internal mind, physical body, I need to keep it healthy. So I need to walk, I need to eat right, I need to hydrate, right? That way when someone's like a total a-hole, I can be like, wow, that person's having a bad day. You know, I feel really bad that they're having a bad day. So hopefully they'll go home and get some sleep instead of going, oh my gosh, that person was such an a-hole. I can't believe it. They treated me so rotten and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't do any good. You can't change how someone's behaving, even your husband or wife, right? So, and single moms out there, you can't change your kids. If they're in a mood, they're in a mood, right? So drink your water, add a salad in each day. Every 30 to 60, 90 days, add in another thing, right? That way, in a year's time, you're going to look back and go, I have changed so much, I don't even know who I was a year ago. And you get to now become a completely different person, all because you did all these little tiny habit changes, right? So many of us, especially when the New Year's resolution time comes, are going to want to change too many habits at once. You're going to have these overachiever type goals, and you're going to set yourself up for failure. So when you hire someone like me, a goal success life coach who has been trained specifically for achieving goals, setting and achieving goals through habit changes based on my own things that's in my Habits Equal Life book, you will be set up for more success because I'm going to have you take it in bite-sized pieces so that you don't feel overwhelmed, that you don't give up, and that you're in it for the long haul, because that's going to make you feel alive every day, even in the moments when you're completely, utterly exhausted, want to bang your head against the wall, or you want to just shake your head and you want to just go to sleep and close your door and leave it all behind for a minute, right? This method I use reduces your risk and chances of being that way, and I want to help you. So if you want to rewatch this and kind of piece together the little things I said, figure out what it is you want, how you want to show up, okay? Do the water intake calculator if you're not drinking enough water, and see if you're drinking enough water. Start drinking that water. 30 to 60 days, that's it. Just add the water into your diet like that. Get the mug, I'm going to link that below, that I use. It's helpful for me. And then maybe add a garden salad in, or maybe celery sticks, right? Some sort of veggie that's a significant little kind of small meal, right? Size. Add that in. And do that for 30 to 60 days. And then we'll see where you're at from there. And that is mostly if you just want to change your mental health. Those will start helping your mental health be a little more stable so that you can be your best self and go raise those babies. Okay? That's all I have for today. If you want to, please drop a comment below. Let me know just one thing you're struggling with. One thing. What is one thing you're struggling with that you think you could change in 6 months? And how about one thing you want to change, but you have no idea where to get started? Comment below. We'll see if I can type some advice to y'all, or if people watching this want to drop down in the comments and help people out. This is a community. We are in this together. Let us help each other change habits, change our life one habit at a time, using goal success life coaching methods that I have in my book and I share on these videos. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.